Welcome back. This is Love Island Season 2, but this is the shady version where we are being messy as ever, being complete jerks to the girls, and flirting with the boys to get them all to be Team Hoella as much as we possibly can, in hopes that we actually lose the game. That's right, we're trying to lose the game for once. We don't want the $50,000. We just want to couple up with Noah and run off with him in the distance while he takes the money from Hope and runs away with us. If you guys haven't already checked out the other episodes, would highly recommend. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Last time we left off, Henrik and Lucas showed up to the party, and what did Hoella do? She blindsided ROCCO and was like, you know what? I'm not sitting next to you, ROCCO. I'm sitting next to Lucas. Lucas said he fancied us. Henrik said he fancied Lottie for now. And we know that the dates are about to come up, and hopefully Hoella is a lucky gal that gets dates with both boys, because she's gonna flirt with them and get them both to be on Team Hoella. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this. Okay, so Bobby's talking about his hands, and about how he should become a hand model because of his hands. Priya's like, ooh, Henrik should do it too. She's like, I don't know if he has nice hands. I just think he's kind of perfect in general. What about you, Hoella? Would you choose Henrik or ROCCO? Let's be cheeky. I'm gonna say, can we choose both? I wish there was some way I can just have both of them. Priya's like, yes. Hey, there are other guys in the villa too, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, Bobby. I know. Priya's like, are there? Like, who? Bobby's like, where did the two new guys go anyway? Priya's like, guys, I got a text. Ah, right on time. What does it say? It says Islanders' new boys Lucas and Henrik have each chosen 3 girls to take on a date. The first girls chosen are... Hope's phone beeps. And it says, oh my gosh, it's me. I'm going for a drink with Lucas. And then so does ours. It says, Hoella, you're going on a date with Henrik. Perfect. Time to pull it out, girl. What are we gonna wear? Hope's like, yes, let's go get ready. So now we can spy on Hope on her date. So we head up to the dressing room. Let's see, what should we wear? This is like a daytime date, so I'm thinking, I think we should wear kind of like the rose jumpsuit, have a little nip show, you know. So you're just putting the finishing touches when ROCCO walks in. Ugh, ROCCO. He says, all right, I heard you were off for a date with Henrik. Well, I was like, yeah, that's right. How do you feel about it? How do we feel? I'm gonna say it's gonna be fun. A hot bloke, an exotic setting. What's not to like, exactly? Are you jealous? He says, nah, of course not. And just so you know, I'm not salty about him asking you or anything. Yeah, you are. Shut up. He says the new boys obviously want to get to know the most beautiful girl in the villa. Look at him trying to butter us up. He says, you go have fun. Listen, ROCCO, I'm going to say, I don't need your permission, boo. We don't. He's like, of course not. I wasn't saying that. You were. He probably wasn't, but he was. He pauses. He's like, you know what? It's all good. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. See you later, babe. The boys are all going to be grafting pretty hard today, aren't they? They are. Get ready, girl. Okay, so we are on the lawn. We've got our cute jumpsuit on. Henry jumps up to greet us as we arrive to this beautiful table. In the distance, we make out Hope and Lucas chatting at another table. He's like, hey, thanks so much for coming. Whoa, you look amazing. I've been really looking forward to getting to meet you one-on-one. Wow, you're keen. He says it's all a part of my game plan. I'm gonna be really over the top and flirty with everyone. That is Hoella's game plan. Like, what if I did this? He does an over the top wink. Then you know I wasn't messing around. That's how you flirt. I'm gonna say, let's be nice and say, it's working. He says, I knew it would. Amazing. We get some hard eyes. Us 2 new boys, we've gotta bring it. You do. But seriously though, it's weird, right? Us coming into this? Because we both sort of know all about you guys already. Do you get me? Like, I know your name is Hoella, you're an Insta social, and on the first day, you coupled up with Gary and all this. It's weird like being sat here with you because you're already a celebrity to me. Let's say Babe, don't I know it? We're already a celebrity. The whole world knows it. Hell yeah. Anyway, that's why I'm going off on one. Just nerves. He says, what do people even normally talk about on dates? You know, we just ask questions, like get to know each other better. He says, yeah, all right, let's do that. Ask me some stuff. What do you want to know? I want to know, let's say, what are you hoping to get out of this? He says, oh, that's a big one. I think mostly I just want to have a laugh and see what happens, if I'm being honest. And maybe what happens is a really intensely meaningful relationship. I mean, that would be great. I really want to go on some kind of deep personal journey with another human being. Okay, so Henrik's trying to get deep with somebody. Maybe I just get a great tan. That'd be worth it too. What else do you want to know? Let's see. I want to know, what do you think about the other islanders? Wait, there are other islanders? Look at him trying. He's trying. Ever since I saw you, I thought you were the only one. Well, is like, is that more flirting? Yeah, you know it's working, like deep down. Oh my gosh. But the other islanders, I was worried Gary was going to be kind of prickly, but now that I've met him, I think we'll get on. Bobby and Ibrahim both look like the kind of guys I will get super well with. What about the girls? I think Priya's cool, like she's exactly the kind of person you want to spend all summer hanging out with. And Lottie's got this whole thing going on where she's really mean and tough, but it's actually because she just has love for her friends. Does she? He says, I respect that. Don't know if that's what I want in a partner, but I think it's great. You glance over at Lucas and Hope. They're sitting back to back in their chairs, and Hope has her arms folded. I guess at the end of the day, I'm kind of a homebody. He's like, yeah, I love to run, I love to go to parties, I love to dance, but the best thing of all is when you get home afterwards, you know, log fire, cashmere blankets, 2 cups of cocoa. Henrik's ideal date is in front of a log fire. Let's say that sounds absolutely dreamy. I was like, ooh, I love all that cabin stuff. Snow on the windowsill, hiking boots, nobody around for miles. And he's like, oh, I don't live in the wood cabin. I don't live in a city, but that doesn't mean I live in the wilderness. Okay. Well, then where do you live, fool? Well, I was like, oh, well, that's a bit of a disappointment. Here, we thought we were going into a cabin. Henrik sits back in his chair with a toothy grin. You glance over at Lucas and Hope. Now they're talking with their heads super close, like they don't want anyone to overhear them. So what are they talking about? He's like, so I guess I want to know, like, what do you do? Not like what's your job or whatever. I mean, I want to know what you like to do. What's your typical evening? Let's say on a normal evening, she is a Insta social person, so let's be working on projects, you know. I'm just so busy all the time, but my projects are really important to me. He's like, I can respect that. Do you like to read? Yeah, we like to read because we know you like to read. I love to read. He's like, fiction or nonfiction? Nonfiction? He's like, yeah, same. Okay, how come we didn't get any hard eyes then? He says he's been reading this book about the origins of life for like 2 years now. Dang. Where are you up to now? It's a bit where there's like millions of dead trees everywhere and all the dragonflies are 6 feet long. That sounds horrifying. Well, I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, it's really bizarre and I love it. Anyways, I could talk about this all day, but I think we're basically out of time. So he gets up from behind the chair. He says, let's go. Okay, so our date with Henrik is done. We flirted with him. We got some hard eyes and everything. He says, I certainly had a great time. I hope you did too. We get up and we start heading back to the villa. Oh yeah, so we're back at the villa. As we arrive back, Bobby comes jogging up to us. He's like, hey, Hoella. Bobby's looking cheerful. Let's say, did we miss anything? He's like, nah, just a lot of chat about the new boys, who's their type, blah, blah, blah. I'm working on something else though. What? Pranks. Oh gosh. Okay, so here comes the pranks. Think about it. 2 of the boys are out of the villa. The others are restless and in the gym. Half the girls are getting ready for dates and the other half are already out on their dates. It's perfect. Aren't you even a little bit interested in like how the date went or something like that? He's like, nah, not right now. Time is of the essence. Come on. Okay, fine. So we're in the dressing room and it's completely deserted. There's no one there. Hola's like, so what's the prank? Okay, what's the plan? He's like, all right, it's not the greatest, but here's my idea. I'm gonna take all of ROCCO's clothes and all of Henrique's clothes and mix them up. Bobby, that is not like a very good prank. That way when they get changed later, they'll end up wearing each other's clothes. Like, if you don't know your clothes, you got a problem. Bobby's prank is to mix up the clothes. Let's say that's all you've got. He's like, look, I'm working under a tight time pressure, okay? He says, will you help? Will I help Bobby? I'm gonna say, nah, not today. I'm trying to get to my next date, boo. Sorry, hun. Just then, we hear footsteps coming from outside. Hey, has anyone seen my flip-flops? Okay, so here comes ROCCO. There's no time. Hoella, keep him distracted. I'm going in. Bobby, I didn't want to do this. Bobby flings open ROCCO's cupboard and starts bundling all of his clothes out onto the floor. I said I wasn't going to help Bobby. This prank is ridiculous. Oh, come on. Just humor me. Distract ROCCO for a few minutes. I'll make it sound like a bird when I'm done. Okay, so we're in the bedroom. Hey, Hoella, have you seen my flip-flops? Let's say they're down by the pool. We'll humor Bobby. He's like, oh, really? Nice. Thanks, Hoella. He wanders outside towards the pool. Hey, Hoella, I'm all done. The room looks exactly as it did before. Now we play the waiting game. Just then, our phone beeps. Boom. Here comes another date. Lucas has invited you on the final date of his day. Oh, a second date? Wait, you've got another date with one of the guys? Yeah, we do. Yep, looks like it. Wow, go you. Thank you. And do I want to do it? Let's go, because Lucas is my favorite out of Henrique and him. This is great. I'm just going to go check on my makeup before I head out. So we leave Bobby to it. So same place, Lucas is standing by a small table on top of a hill. As we approach, he waves and pulls out the chair for us because he's such a gentleman. We notice Lottie and Henrique are sitting at a similar table that is just a little bit farther away. Lucas says, hey, how are you doing? I'm good. This place is amazing, right? It's incredible. It's so good to see a bit of the countryside. There's a moment of silence. Okay, so Lucas is a little bit shy. Bless him. He's like, so, are you happy I picked you to come on this date? Absolutely. Am I happy that Lucas picked me? I'm gonna say I'm really happy. This is exactly where I want to be right now. And we got some hard eyes. He says, great. He pours some champagne into our glasses. Such a gentleman. He says, I still can't get over actually being out here. You'll get used to it pretty quickly, I reckon. You glance across at Henrique and Lottie. He's talking enthusiastically, but she's looking a little bored. I feel like there's one question I really want to ask. Go for it. And that's, how are we feeling about ROCCO? How are we feeling about ROCCO? I'm gonna say, not great, to be honest. Yeah, I wondered if that was the case. Especially I sat by you. It doesn't look like there's too much of a spark there. There's not. Lucas, there's a spark here. He says, but I don't want to come in here and immediately start upsetting everybody. I bet I'll really like ROCCO when I get to know him a bit. And everybody, really. I'm sure you'll fit in just fine. Everyone's really nice. Well, nearly everyone. She's talking about us. We got like devil horns coming out. He says, is that so? Interesting. He glances along at Lottie and Henrique. See, Lottie's a bitch. Lottie's talking emphatically, jabbing her finger at Henrique, and then they like bust out laughing. Hey, here's another question I'd like to know the answer to. Shoot. While I've got you to myself, when you think about a person you want to end up with, what kind of mental image do you get? How do you mean? Well, like, do you imagine them sitting on a bus, on a plane, or in the bed? That's interesting. Why do you ask? Answer it first. I'll tell you why I'm asking afterwards. I feel like I've chosen all of these options. I'm gonna say in a fancy hotel. When I think about the person I want to spend my life with, I picture them in a fancy hotel. He's like, interesting. So why does that matter? It's something a mate of mine said to me before I came in here. He said, you can tell if you're compatible with someone by how you picture your ideal partner. Like, let's say someone pictures them on a quiet beach and the other person is like in a beach club at Ibiza. Those two people probably aren't going to get along. So what did you imagine? He's like, I think I'll keep that to myself for now. He's not gonna tell me. I'm gonna say, you tricked me. Now you know something about our compatibility that I don't know, and that's not fair. Well, I need to hang on a little bit of mystery, don't I? I'm being so cheeky. Anyways, I think our time's pretty much up. As you get up to leave, Lucas walks around the table to say goodbye. Anyways, thanks a lot for coming out on this date. It's been really great. Let's give him a kiss on the cheek. You kiss him on the cheek, his skin is soft and smooth, his aftershave smells expensive. Cha-ching. We look across to see if Henrique and Lottie saw, but they didn't. Looks like Henrique's reading Lottie's palm and their attention is focused on that. As you're about to leave, he looks us in the eye. At the end of the day, I'm only here because I want to find the right person for me. And I know it's early days and everything, but I really feel like that might happen. Not that I'm saying it might be with you or anything. Not that that wouldn't be nice or something, you know. He's like choking on his words. He's like, I'm just trying to say, it's not like I'm not saying that. And he's laughing. He looks at us just hopelessly. Wow, he really fluffed that line. I'm gonna say, let's say it's cool. I get it. We make you nervous. He's like, thanks. Wow, that was really embarrassing. I bet they'll put that disaster on the show and everything. You bet. Lucas looks really embarrassed. Let's say, I thought it was really cute. He says, well, that's all I needed to hear. Thanks for the date, Hoella. All right, so we're back at the villa. Hope and Lottie are sitting on the beanbags. Hey, babes, how was the date? Tell us everything. We're comparing notes. Do you guys know who else went on the dates? Yeah, we've been working it out. Henrique took Hoella, Priya, and me, and it looks like Lucas dated Hoella, Priya, and Hope. Looks like Hoella and Priya are the orders of the day. Just in that moment, Priya comes walking back to the villa. She's like, hey girls. Hey, we were just saying both you and Hoella have been like extra popular today. Here you all are. Yeah, what have you been doing, Marisol? What have you been up to? Flirting with our man? She says, just sunbathing up on the roof terrace. It's been a pretty quiet day. Lottie looks around. So, while it's just us girls, let's talk the new boys. Well, I'm all about this Henrique. He's a bit of me, no doubt. Okay. Priya likes Henrique. Lottie says I'm not really into this whole wilderness man thing he's got going on, but I have to admit I enjoy the date a lot more than I thought. What did you think about him, Hoella? Let's see. Henrique is, let's keep it neutral, definitely interesting. Doesn't sound like there's huge sparks there then. I'm just not telling you. I'm not saying that, I'm just keeping it to myself right now. Exactly. So what about Lucas? He's sweet, not my type though overall. Yeah, Lucas is alright, I guess. Our date was fine. I got a little bit bored. Hope. That's not what it looked like to me. Hope was with Lucas while I was with Henrique, and it looked like she was having a good time. Should I call her out? Do it. Call her out. That's not what it looked like to me. You were laughing and chatting. It looked like you were having a great time. Don't get it twisted. She's like, well, maybe I was just being polite to Lucas. Stop playing. Doesn't mean there's anything to it. I bet I'm not the only girl here who's had to fake it at some time or another. That's not how it looked. Lottie's like, ooh, keep going. I'm loving this. I don't know what your angle is, Hoella. I'm not trying to spin some web of lies. I think you are. If I had a good time with Lucas, I would have just said so. You were like whispering face to face. Please. There's no problem with enjoying a date, even if you're coupled up with someone else. Alright, fine. Let's just move past it. You had a date with Lucas too, Hoella. What did you think of him? I'm gonna say, he's a bit of me. I could really see something happening there. Ooh, amazing. I guess the real question is, are there any of them that you'd go with over ROCCO? Okay. Would I choose either of them over ROCCO? I'm gonna say either of them. Well, it sounds like you've got some options then, girl. Heck yeah. Well, I'm not exactly saying I'm gonna massively graft on one of them or anything, but it's fine, babes. You don't have to say anything. Just in that moment, Lucas and Henrique walked back to the villa. They're like, all right, ladies. Not talking about us, I hope. The girls look at each other for a moment and then just burst out laughing. Yes, so this was Love Island Season 2, Episode 2 of day, I think 5. We got to go on dates with Lucas and Henrique. The way that I'm spinning this, I think, is we are telling ROCCO that he doesn't have to worry about it. We're telling the girls we're choosing either of them, and I'm hoping that someone tells ROCCO that we would choose either of them, and that way when we talk to ROCCO, we can lie to ROCCO and say, no, I'm not going to choose either of them. And then when we can get shysty with ROCCO, we can call him out, because I know there's all kinds of stuff coming up. The tea is boiling and the pot is brewing, and I can't wait. So that's my plan right now in this very moment. Every chance we can go for Noah, we're going to go for him. We just haven't had that opportunity just yet, so we need to dabble in the other fields while we can, because we don't want to be with ROCCO. I could care less about ROCCO. ROCCO is a snake. He doesn't deserve Hoella. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.